Well, good Tuesday evening, Arkansas. This is Chief Forecaster coming back here once again. I'm here to give you guys your evening forecast video before your 7-day forecast comes out this evening, probably around 8 o'clock. I do apologize for this video being a little bit late. Things were a little busy for today here. So, right now, let's talk about Arkansas. Let's talk about the temperatures we've got in place here. So, you guys have probably noticed, especially today, that temperatures are starting to moderate compared to where they were back this weekend. As a matter of fact, temperatures right now were the high temperatures this weekend. Even in some places, it was actually cooler than this. But right now, we've got 57 degrees in Fayetteville, 64 in Little Rock, 57 in Queen, 55 in Mena, 57 down there in El Dorado, 61 across Texarkana, Camden, and in Monticello, and 63 degrees over there in West Memphis here. So, like I mentioned before, temperatures are going to start to moderate as we get later into the week. We do have a cold front that we're going to be having to it's going to push through as we get towards that Thursday and Friday time frame. But it's not going to be a significant drop-off. And also, I want to talk to you guys about next week, especially late next week, because there is a potent system coming out from the west. And I told you guys this about a couple of weeks ago. I said severe weather wasn't completely done here in Arkansas. We do have bouts, especially in October, where we have these cold fronts push through and things start to cool down here. But I wasn't completely sold with, done with severe weather and done with the warmer temperatures here. So we're going to talk about that in this video here. So let's go ahead and go over to our evening highlights. So as I mentioned before, new cold front moves through late week. I'm not expecting too much of a wave of cool down with that cold front. Stormy into the month. I'm going to talk about that coming up here in just a little bit. And also the warmer temperatures coming up as well. And if you're looking for a cool down, then I want you guys to go check us out on Patreon, because we do have that winter outlook that's going to be coming out as we get towards tomorrow. Very interesting winter outlook here. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times over the past month that I've had to look at data for 12 to 24 hours at a time, trying to collect information on what we could be looking at as we get towards the upcoming winter. So it is going to be a very wild winter here in Arkansas. And if you want to see that information, like I mentioned before, early access is going to be on the Patreon tomorrow. For those that don't want to, that don't have the means to get Patreon or anything like that, that's fine. We're going to have that out for the public as we get towards November 1st here. So I think you guys are going to really enjoy the winter outlook. It's going to be a really good read. And I'm going to have a video out probably November 1st for everybody to kind of see, similar to what I did with the fall outlook. If you want to check out our fall outlook, it's going to be on our YouTube page here. The link is going to be in the description below. So let's talk about the burn bans here. And like I mentioned before yesterday, I'm tired of talking about burn bans. We've got 3 counties that are in the burn bans right now. I don't see it expanding unless we get into a point that we're not seeing rainfall on a weekly basis. If we start seeing that, then the burn bans are going to start to expand out, and that's where we're going to have the problems here. So White County, Woodruff County, Perry County, just hang on just a little bit longer. We're going to get some rainfall, and hopefully we can get rid of these burn bans across the state. Wildfire risk still remains across northwestern, northeastern, central, and southeastern Arkansas here. Basically, what this means is just don't leave any fires unattended. That's just the best way to put it, with it being a moderate risk. You start getting to the high and the extreme, then you don't burn at all. And most times when you see those upgrades, you normally have a lot of burn bans to kind of correlate with it. So keep that in mind. We're only just in a moderate risk right now. Just don't leave any fires unattended. We're still a little bit drier across the area. So let's talk about tonight. Temperatures in the 40s. Not as cool as we've been over the last couple of nights here. Northwest Arkansas, I know a couple of places up there in Northwest Arkansas got near freezing last night with that frost advisory up there. But we're looking at about a 10 to almost a 15 degree increase during the overnight hours here. That's just because temperatures are going to start to moderate. You're going to start getting a little bit more moisture into the area. So temperatures are going to continue to increase before our front comes through as we get towards late week into the weekend here. So let's go ahead and talk to you guys about the data as we get towards next week here. And I'm going to kind of stop this. I'm going to go over to the GFS real quickly here. And this is getting into late next week. This is Wednesday of next week. Area flow pressure in eastern Kansas. Cold front stretch basically from Kansas all the way down to Oklahoma. You're going to see the cold front. I promise you, you will not miss this cold front here, okay? So let's take this out. And you can see as we get towards Wednesday and Thursday, if this particular model water hole, and I want to put a disclaimer out. This is just one model, okay? things can change between now and then. You guys have seen that all year long. Between one week and another, things can change. So keep that in mind. But this is what the GFS is wanting to do. Let's take this out. So what it does, it has basically a line of thunderstorms. Some of these could be strong. We'll have to see how much instability we have in place next week. But it takes a line of thunderstorms pushing through late Wednesday night and Thursday. Beneficial rainfall. Very beneficial rainfall here. But here's what it does. That pushes through. 10:39, milliball high comes in. Very, very cold temperatures coming in as we get towards that Halloween time frame here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Like I said before, disclaimer, it's the GFS. Don't take it for granted right now here, guys. So let's go over to the Euro. And I know it's going to be at 18Z. I forgot to show you the temperatures with the GFS, so I'll go back to that here in just a little bit. But the Euro at the exact same time, let's take this out all the way through. Okay, so the Euro, let's take this through all the way as we get towards like next week. Similar setup here. There's your storm system back out towards the west. But what it does is it takes its time getting here in Arkansas. It's not as progressive as the GFS. It kind of slows the system down. So in that case, your best shot of severe weather would be west of Arkansas, and it would start to decrease as it pushes eastward because your system starts to lift to the north and it starts to weaken. So we'll have to watch both models very, very closely here. I don't think there's enough confidence right now to put any kind of severe potentials in here. And you can see with the instability. Look at there, as you get towards Thursday and Friday, you had to keep an eye on western Arkansas here. So we'll keep an eye on it, folks. You are getting into your secondary severe weather season. I talked about this in the fall outlook, by the way, that we were going to have this potential of seeing severe weather. A lot of wind shear with this. A good amount of wind shear in place as we get towards next week here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Like I said, for the GFS, probably even more significant than that. Because let's take this back. Yeah, the GFS is way more significant than that because it's stronger with the system and it's more progressive. So it'll be more of a damaging wind threat if you were to go with the GFS. Like I said, we're a week out. Don't start freaking out about severe weather just yet. We're going to let you guys know if anything happens as we get towards next weekend. We're still a week out. Things can change between now and then. But we'll keep an eye on this because this is a potent system that's going to come through here. Now, one thing I am excited about personally, rainfall. Rainfall, rainfall, rainfall. We desperately need the rainfall here in Arkansas. So let's take this out all the way through. There's your front. I mean, as clear as day coming in as we get towards Thursday. Pushes through. Look at the temperature difference. Near 80 degrees in southern Arkansas, 40s in northwestern Arkansas, even falling into the 30s up here. The GFS is a little bit on the wild side, but we'll see what ends up happening here. And then you can see it pushes through. Now this in particular, without me having a look at the instability, because I know instability is going to be a little lacking, this would be a damaging wind event if you were to go with the GFS. I wouldn't be so concerned about any tornado threat or anything like that, but just looking ahead, that would be a damaging wind event if you were to go to GFS. So we'll see. We're still a week out. Things need to come together, but we are going to be talking about this if this holds over the next couple of days here. So make sure you stay with us. Make sure you plugged in. Late next week, like I said before, don't go changing any plans or anything like that just yet. But confidence is growing for things to start to get more active across our area as we get towards next week. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated right here, your source for all things Arkansas weather.